Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
Welcome to Reseller Chinwag, episode 30, the weekly chat with Beck and Zaheer. So I'm Zaheer. I was nearly going to say I'm Beck. I'm Zaheer.
You can be Beck if you want.
Yeah, I can Beck as well. So welcome everyone. We put the notification up earlier than normal.
Yeah.
Because
yesterday.
Yes, we did. We put it on, much earlier yesterday morning, I think it was, or something. I can't remember when. But just to give people enough time, because we noticed that some people were saying they weren't getting notifications till afterwards.
And there's another little point, actually, by where it says subscribe.
Yeah.
Make sure you click on the bell, because then if we go live, you should get the notification that we've gone live. And
I'm going to be on like a bit of a conscious thing this evening because fake Rachel pointed out to me that apparently in one of the videos I said let's have a look or something along those lines quite often in a previous live chat.
You say it a lot,
I say it a lot.
Whenever you go into the chat, you go, let's have a look. So
whenever I go into the chat, I say let's have a look. I'm going to refrain to say that. If, however, it does become gratuitous, please mention it in the chat so I can feel more conscious about it and hopefully stop doing it.
Yes.
Well, welcome everyone. We've actually got, it says at the moment 13 people in the chat, so hello everyone that's in here. We have got Slim Pickings, we have got Southwest Sellers, T.S. Davies, hi there, Will You Take Less, Peter Smith, Stephen Moore, Chelsea, Sib K, Barry Francis, Lee Michelle. Do you want me to move this screen, don't you? You prefer it here, yeah. I'll move it over here because then you can't see it otherwise, can you?
Well, you can move those two around.
I can move those around, yeah. Okay. There we go. That's better, yeah. So yeah, welcome everyone. Got to Lee Michelle, Phoebe's in here as well, Darren, Malinky, Matt Morgans, Blitz. Did I say let's have a look? Did I say it? I think I did say it. Okay. Well, it's sure up to 48 people. We've got Darren in the chat as well. Darren Smart, Steve W. Hixie has joined us as well. Lonnie as well. Hi, Lonnie.
Hi, Lonnie.
Praise the Northern Tats as Zib K. Lady Holly, Lisa Fenn, Tactical Bite. Steve's in here as well. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us this chilled out Friday evening. You've been at work.
I have.
So not much going on there. I didn't do any work today. I did do some work. I did. Yeah. Someone's already mentioned. Let's have a look. Daniel Warren there. So Nick has joined us as well. Hi Nick. Nick's been having a bit of tech stress. Yeah, it's not been great there. I got a question in the chat from Southwest Sellers Z. You have some nice high-end speakers for sale. If you don't mind me asking, where did you source them? I actually got them locally. It was a local pickup, and it wasn't on Facebook or anything like that. So it was just a local pickup. What I will say, however, is it's a great example of picking up items that other people don't want. Because I recently sold a pair of speakers which went to Austria, I think
so.
And because I was one of the few sellers out there willing to ship these speakers, I got a quick sale. I had a pair of they were called Celestian Ditton speakers, Ditton 33s, really decent condition. They actually did have a bit of damage to the cabinet.
They had their original box as well.
I had the original box, which is really cool, which gave me the confidence to ship internationally. However, some people with original boxes have not shipped internationally. And I got very quickly about 190 odd quid, I think, or 200 quid for the speakers, and I charged 65 quid for shipping. In the end, shipping only cost 35 odd pounds. And the guy received the speakers within a couple of days. He was over the moon.
And were these the ones you were thinking about insuring? Did you end up insuring?
No, I didn't. No. I just didn't.
Because I remember you asking me a question, should I insure them?
Yeah, no, I didn't. No. And so these heavy speakers, they were about 20 kilos a pop, huge boxes. Sent in 2 separate packages. They arrived and they arrived in one piece. The guy was happy. But the point is, you can go onto eBay right now and search Ditton 33 or Celestian Ditton 33, for example, and you will see these speakers and similar speakers coming up quite regularly where they're collection only.
Yeah.
Now, all you need to do is wait for someone who's going to put them up at auction, and you will get them very cheap. If you look at completed listings on these speakers, I've seen them sell for 40 quid, 50 quid, that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're willing to ship those and they're local to you, it's easy money. So that's something to bear in mind. So, you know,
you did do a bit of research about how to ship.
I did a lot of
beforehand,
research.
didn't
I did a
you?
lot of research.
I mean, even though these were already boxed, you were still very, very concerned because, I mean, you did end up double boxing them, didn't you? Giving it that extra protection.
I normally like to think I'm pretty good with shipping, but I will admit large loudspeakers did get me worried, and I did spend a fair bit of time researching.
But I think that's an important step. If you're ever concerned about anything that you're shipping, just have a look into it and see how others have, you know, maybe shipped theirs, or you know.
I think with certain items, certain niches, you've got to be prepared to offer the services, because you know, it's not a global shipping option on loudspeakers, so it's something to bear in mind, really. But it was just because of offering international postage, you get a lot more interest, and obviously the buyers are prepared to pay. You know, buyers will pay good money to have stuff shipped to them, because not many sellers will want to take the risk. So
can I just say, I just saw a message from Barry Francis. I turned up 24 hours early last night when the notification was posted. I didn't realise it worked like that.
I didn't realise it sent a notification out there and then.
Sorry if anyone did do that.
But it's just we thought it was better to have it like that. We thought, because the last couple of times it's not worked out great. So it's just something to bear in mind.
I didn't know it worked like that. I thought it was more a case of when we went live, not when we posted up the link.
Let's have a look. I've said it again. Oh gosh! All right, Matt Morgan's.
You've just made yourself more.
I have.
And you're going to realise how much you say it.
I need to stop saying it. I need to write it somewhere. So
it's when you.
What do I say? Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
It's when you kind of.
When I'm looking,
I said my one that I always say.
What
kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Hicksy's saying it as well now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let us have a look. There we go.
Followed by
a little tune.
Yeah.
Yes. So Z's hair is wild today. Starting to think he's going to be the next Wolverine. Oh, that would be awesome.
I have
but
to say,
it's not going to happen.
When we first met, you did actually threaten to grow like the Wolverine like sideburns.
The X-Men movie had just come out quite soon after, and I was heavily into all things X-Men. And when I saw those lamb chops, I thought they were pretty godlike.
I'm gonna grow those.
Yes, it has been like that.
Yes.
Neil says, shock horror, Z hasn't done any work. I haven't got around
actually saying that. I was vlogging this morning.
Yeah.
Well, I'm recording a vlog today,
and I did some work.
Yeah, and there is evidence that he's sat at the computer. I can't say what he's doing, but he's sat at the computer.
And what I will say is, I did spend the morning shipping some pretty heavy package. It was like a 25 kilo package. It takes time to make sure it's shipped.
And I didn't
properly.
Help you at all with this one, did I?
You didn't help me whatsoever, but that's fine. I had to just deal with it myself. But it was a big, heavy package, and so you've got to do the bubble wrap it out, card, more bubble wrap, more card. Make sure it's fine, and it's like a 25 kilo package, so it's very heavy. Nick's got a question. If I throw my Mac out the window, will my home insurance cover A, the Mac, and B, my window? That's something you really need to check with your coverage provider. Would be my answer, Nick.
I'd answer. Probably not.
Yes. Sue's joined us as well from Sue's Piles of Shame. Hi Sue. Special shout out to Sue. Guys, check out her YouTube channel as well. She makes fantastic videos, and she's such a lovely person. We've got the poem back. I'm not going to read it out just in case, but we got a lovely little poem and the most awesome takeaway food warming bag, which we're still thrilled really to bits with. And the poem was fantastic, so definitely. David Morse asks a question: are you going to do Amazon merch? I'm sure you'd make some awesome chicken/coffee related teas.
I think I would definitely love to do something like that.
What would, like, coffee and chicken related t-shirts?
Not necessarily those.
No,
but
no.
I would definitely like.
Rebecca would be
some.
seriously
Yeah.
interested in that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not something that's on my
Yeah.
radar specifically. But if I did think of something stupid to make a shirt about, I would pester Beck if she had like an account for that.
And you'd make me do it.
Yeah, I'd make you do it. Yeah, or I have to start my own. I don't know. I'm not even. I don't even know how you can apply or anything for that. I'm not sure how you can even. Yeah. Okay, Z, you need to make a t-shirt with "Let's have a look" and sell them on eBay. Says Steve. Yeah, I'm glad that I pointed that out. So thanks to Fake Rachel.
And I just pull out the re-editor's comment. You say it like, "Let's have a look."
Let's have a look, like in a Scottish accent.
You do.
What? I've got no links to that fine land, so I'm surprised that that's the case. But
Yeah.
okay, so okay. What I'm going to do, we're going to chat a little bit about our sales and things, because we've chatted with you guys already now for 11 minutes. It's fantastic, but we do want to add a little bit of content to the chat.
Even if it's
just a little bit. Now, we have got a couple of things to discuss eBay wise. Main thing, sales. Sales have been really good again. Cannot argue with them. We have had days where we've not sold anything, such as yesterday, and then within the space of about 20 minutes we did 2 sales and they added up to like 460 quid.
Yeah.
So suddenly yesterday was a nice day.
I think that's the good thing about having like the higher end stuff on at the same time, because even though like we have had days where the sales have been a bit lower, when we have actually gotten a sale, it's been a really nice kind of
meaty sale.
I was going to say meaty, but I thought it was a bit wrong coming from a vegetarian.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, a substantial sale. Yeah, it's been substantial. So we've been quite happy with that. Again, today's been Zippo on eBay so far, but all it takes is a couple of sales. I mean, overall our week has been great. The month has been great. So we've got no arguments there. And we've processed a fair bit of stock.
We have.
There's still a fair bit to go.
I'm back working on the second store mainly at the moment.
And we're buzzing with the boot sale season again.
We are.
So, I mean, I'm sure you guys are excited for bank holiday weekend as well. We're certainly looking forward to the next 3 days. It's easy to get too excited and hyped up over it. But it's, it's just fun, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's fun. We're looking forward to getting out to the boot sales.
I've only been going to the Saturday, and when there's a bank holiday, the Monday ones as well. So you'll get a chance. Nice. Because of your working pattern, Sundays is off the books at the moment, isn't it? It is.
So that's been something that we're really happy about. So sales have been going fine. We're going to talk about another eBay issue.
Yeah. Is this the return we're talking about?
Yes, we mentioned this in the vlog we did. We mentioned
you mentioned it in
Nick's chat as well, because it happened while I was watching the chat. We sold a nice valve amplifier about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Have you got it to hand?
Not to hand, it's over there. It's over there. Yeah. Really nice valve amplifier, really decent quality. The condition was good. We sold it and we thought that was the end of it. We didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Is it plugged in? Do you want me to get it?
You can get it if you want. It's on the. Don't drop it though. Don't drop it. Yeah. Well then, because so we sold this amplifier. We didn't hear anything. So we assumed things were good. It was 2 weeks later, and then suddenly, out of the blue, we got a message. It is heavy. Yeah, it's about 10 kilos. There we go. This was the amplifier. Beautiful little thing, actually. It's really nice.
It looks really cool when it's all lit up, because we had it playing again last night.
Yeah, we were using it last night just to double check it as well.
Make sure there wasn't a fault with it.
We should put it there. Oh, but actually, shall I put it there?
Yeah, put it on your side.
I'll put it on my side here. Yeah. Just so we don't get any damage to it. There we go. Ooh, there we go. So nice little amplifier that is. Now, 2 weeks have passed since it being sold, and then we get the return request. Now, I've got no issues with doing returns.
No.
It's part of the business, and I've taken this one on the chin as well. The buyer decided, or it could have been the fact they weren't able to get any sound from it.
Yeah.
There's a number of reasons. I mean, they could genuinely have not been able to get any sound from it. They might have had a fault at some of their equipment at their end. There could have been a freak issue where it just didn't work for them.
Yeah.
Where my mind wandered.
I was going to say, you're going to point out like the how old the amp is and stuff, because it's not like a vintage amp, is it?
No, it's a modern. It's a modern.
It was
amp.
made in like 2005.
Yeah. So it's possible that they maybe tried to hook a turntable up to it. Because this is something that is worth knowing if you're going to be selling amps as well. It's possible they might have just tried to hook a turntable up. I don't know, because they didn't directly want to communicate with me, because I'm guessing the real reason was they just changed their mind. But there is a possibility they could have just plugged a turntable into the amp. Now, because it's quite a modern amplifier and it's quite compact and small, it doesn't have an input for... it's got an auxiliary input, but it doesn't have a specific input for a turntable.
No.
Now, normally when you have an amplifier which has a specific input for a turntable, it will normally say phono or something along those lines, because it will be designed, it will have like an inbuilt, what's called a phono stage, which is designed to take the signal from a turntable and produce good sound. If you plugged your turntable into, for example, another of your inputs, such as the one marked CD or tuner, you'll notice that the sound from the turntable will barely come through the speakers, because it's the line out level is very low compared to CD players and things like that. Turntables don't have that, so normally you either need to have a turntable with a phono stage built into it, so you use the right socket, or you buy a little box called a phono stage and you use that. So it's possible that this guy may have attempted to just connect a turntable straight to the item without a phono stage, and he would have gotten very low sound, because the fault that was reported back was he couldn't get any sound. My alarm bell started ringing because he said he also took it to like a local store and they couldn't get any sound. But I had to accept a return. Yeah. And because he was saying it was faulty, we also had to pay.
Because he didn't contact us at any point, did he?
No.
Say that the item was faulty. He was going
within
to
the
take
2
it
weeks.
to somewhere to have a look at it. He just, the first we knew of it was opening up a case.
Yeah.
So, we were happy to accept the return.
Yeah.
It's back with us. It's fully working.
Yeah.
So.
But we did have to pay nearly £10 for the return shipping.
We did. Which
we lose out on. And luckily, when like Rebecca said, it came back to us in great condition.
It did. I mean, he even went to the trouble of wrapping each of the valves individually, which is how we sent it out.
He bothered to even remove the valves, which is good, because sometimes I was dreading it was just going to be sent back to us.
Yeah. And I know you said like the valves aren't actually that expensive to replace, but you don't really want to go through the hassle of then having to pay out more money just to get it up and working again.
Now the frustrating part is obviously we get it home, we test it, it works beautifully. Works fine as we expected on both the inputs. It works beautifully. I rang up eBay just to make sure there was nothing I was missing. Now the worrying thing with all this is when it comes to things like this, eBay don't want to get involved. They simply say we don't know at the time of shipping or return what the condition of the item was, so they just side with the buyer. So even though I can say, but I've got it here, it's working, they won't accept that as
no.
They still. So it got me wondering, well, what happens if it had been returned damaged? I'm not sure. It wasn't. There's not really a lot that you could do. I didn't get mad on the phone or anything. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing out on anything. I'm not that bothered now, because basically I've had to relist the item at a higher price, and hopefully I'll get a sale from it. It's already actually picked up some interest. I'm sure it will sell. So it's frustrating. It's just one of those things that it was an interesting conversation, because you find out how little protection there is for you as the seller in those in those situations. I mean, so that was a bit of a bummer, but so that it is what it is. Let's have Okay, right. That's just brilliant, isn't it? The re-editor says, I saw your
We're going
vlog.
back into the chat.
We are going back into the chat after telling you about that return scenario. And it'd be interesting to know whether you guys have had similar scenarios, and even more so, what about if you get returned item, that's returned as faulty, but then it's not returned to you in the same condition? How have you dealt with that with eBay?
Because one thing eBay did say is that we could actually report the buyer
for misuse of their
policies.
policies.
Of the policy.
Yeah.
But we weren't too sure if we wanted to go ahead and do that, were we?
Yeah, I held fire on that. I thought not to, just because I want to just get on and list it.
Has anyone else actually?
Yeah, I'd be interested to know how if anyone's had the same thing, or even better, if they not even better for you, but if it was returned not in the same condition. How have you dealt with it? What was the outcome? I'd be really interested to know. Let's have. Okay, I'm going back into the chat. I nearly said it again. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how prominent.
You say it quite a lot.
Yeah, I do say it a lot. Yeah, you say it like, let's have a look, says the re-editor. Sibk says smash the like button. We always like to see that comment.
Yeah.
I saw your vlog the other day, guys. Z looked like he was 12 years old after she... Neil says can't beat shipping a big package, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Okay, I'm going to try to keep up with the chat.
Where are we? 'Cause
We're
way
way
a little bit
behind, I think, so we're going to just get through a few of the comments as best as we can. I'm going to try to just do it properly, though. There's too many.
Okay, so this is where we were.
Yes,
okay.
yes, that's where we were. Okay. If you pick up any proper retro games, defo worth trying specialist collectors Facebook groups, says David Morse. I'm talking about the video games.
Yeah.
Lisa's going to ship the pasta maker in the morning. I think we need to start a chat drinking game. Take a shot whenever. Z says, let's have a look. Nick has a coughing fit. Nick going for a glass of water. Z mentioning the amount of viewers. Okay. I do mention there's actually 87 of you in here, and we really appreciate every single one of you watching. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Z, get on Amazon merch. You would make a killing. Make mine a Morley's. The pretend Northern Coffee King, and let's have a look. We'd all be pissed within 10 minutes, says Darren. Yes, probably.
Yes, probably.
Tech issues. Z's mic going Dalek. Yeah, that would be another one, definitely to add to the game.
Yeah.
I love vintage Bush, says Retro Buddhist. Z definitely says it in a Scottish accent. Jason Entwistle says, I got a 1990 factory sealed Atari ST game. Fingers crossed it's worth something. I know Amiga games can be, plus it was free. Fantastic.
Wow.
A lot of t-shirt slogans coming in, which is pretty interesting. Barry Francis says, I would say we should have a drinking game. Okay. Yeah, we'd be paralytic at the end of the chat. Gosh, you guys are making me feel pretty conscious about this, but I'm glad because I don't want to be repeating the same phrase again and again, so I find being embarrassed about it is probably the best way. being just exposed for it is the best way. Camping toilets are great to flip. Sold a few, says Nick. Wow, that conversation, I must have missed that part of.
Yeah, I think it was, will you take less? Is it will you take less?
Will you take less?
A little bit up, further up.
Further up, was it? I've reached new low. I bought a camping toilet to resell. Well, anything that makes a profit is worthwhile, definitely. I'm wondering if someone would slap me if I had you seen what my t-shirt says. Let's have a look. That's quite funny.
Oh dear, we are a bit behind. Nice.
Beaknook asks, was a UK buyer that Valve amp? Yes, it was. Valve not seated properly. It could have been. You're right. It could have been. Yeah, that's the thing. There are so many initially when you get a return like that, it's very easy.
And that's what eBay were trying to
nicely say to me, weren't they? Yeah.
When you were on the phone to them, it was kind of like, it could have been like user error. Just because you know how to kind of work it doesn't necessarily mean they knew how to work it when they got it. So, and that was kind of eBay's angle with it.
Yeah.
So.
Question, was your KFC still warm when you got home? Asked Darren. Yes, it was. It was warm. It was way warmer than previously. Yes. Chips never quite make the journey. Fries, they never make the journey.
But your chicken was alright,
and that was the important thing. The chicken was great. The hot wings were sublime. Oh, just brilliant. I ate so much chicken that I felt that it was actually up to here. I just couldn't function afterwards.
Because girls barely ate any.
The problem is Rebecca stopped eating chicken. I'm ordering a bucket, and the girls have like a couple of pieces,
and then that's it.
And then I'm left with all this chicken, and I can't let it go to waste. I know that's really silly, but I've got one of those silly mentalities where I can't let food go to waste, so it's a bit of a weird one. Steve says, don't start KFC talk, Darren. I can't have 2 in a week. Yes, you definitely shouldn't.
Yeah.
There's a gutted Z for you both when this happens, and it does come with the territory, I guess, says Gary. Yeah,
it does.
That is definitely the situation. I think they were nicely telling me that there's so many things that could have happened. My initial thought as the seller is always going to be, and it's very negative, so I try not to, but in this particular case it was very easy, after 2 weeks, after not hearing anything, etc, etc. And when you get the whole, I also took it to a specialist, or I took it to my mate Fred who's been doing this forever, and he couldn't get it to work, and if he can't get it to work, no, that kind of thing. When you hear that, I did think the negative. However, when you think about it really calmly,
that was like the initial.
That was the initial. When you think about it calmly, firstly, when a buyer buys an item, there's no rule which states they have to immediately take it out of the box and check it there and then.
Yeah.
If you've got a 30-day return policy, they're well within their rights to leave it until 29 days and 23 hours before they bother to unpack your carefully shipped item and then test it and then decide they don't want it. They're within their rights to do that, or to decide that it's faulty. They're within their rights to do that.
And also, not everyone's like you that will want to open it the minute it arrives. Some people will leave it in a corner for however long.
Exactly. So just because,
and they think, I must unwrap that and test it.
Exactly. So not everyone's going to have the same mindset. Not everyone's going to have the same experience with the equipment. Like I said, it could be so many different things.
Exactly.
Did the buyer have 50p in the meter? Asks Will you take less? Watcher Selling says, hello, it's Sherry from sunny Florida.
Hello.
Welcome to the chat. I hope you're still here, because it's been a while since we're trying to get that down.
We're just about catching up.
Yeah. Garage Flips. Lonnie's in the Let's Have a Look as well. It's all going on. Z's face looks so happy driving back with his chicken. I was pretty happy.
You were.
I was very happy. I had a buyer ask to return a spanner as it didn't fit, said Pizza Crawford. Garage Flip says, all in funsy, it's your signature move. One thing I would like to say as well is actually watching Lonnie, who's in the chat. Lonnie made a really great video with his pal, Kinetic Energy, I believe. He did a really good chat. Lonnie's he's been on the chat with Nick and myself on Nick's Tap Chat, and he's got his own channel which is doing really well. Well worth checking out. The Garage Flips, he's in the chat, Lonnie, and he did a very interesting chat about the whole YouTube seller thing. Now, there was one little comment I left on his video, which I think is important to talk about. So when people are talking about sales, so for example, when we're sat here saying, we had a great week, we sold this, this and this, it's possible that you might find our store, go on to completed listings, but you won't see everything. This is something that we've noticed, haven't we?
Yeah.
So just worth bearing in mind. I know this is a bit of a tangent, but it's definitely worth bearing this in mind. If, say, for example, you see me saying, I sold this and this, and I'm showing screenshots, obviously everything you see on the internet you've got to take with a pinch of salt. I'm telling you that I'm not going to lie to you about what I've sold because it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
But you might decide that I would, or that's completely your guys' prerogative. What I will say though is I've shown a couple of items within the last couple of weeks, high value sales, which you can't see. It's amazing actually, and in a way I'm kind of happy about it because it means not everything's just shown.
I mean, you can see it when it's active, but
I can see this. I can still see the sold. I can still bring up the sold page when I'm logged into my account. But if I log out of my account, or if I log in with your account and I search for these items that I've sold, the sold listings brings up other of those items I've sold, but not the one that I've sold, which is very strange. And one of them was actually a £470 odd amplifier, so like that Revox amp. You can't find it. So it's just worth bearing in mind that even though we all like to think that you can go into a store and look at someone's completed, it may not be telling the full story. It just FYI, guys. That's something that I should Garrett Lonnie says you made a good point, Z. What you said was spot on. I've had sales that don't show, so that's just interesting to know. So when you're out there looking at what people have said they've sold versus what they've sold, etc., comparing, that's something to bear in mind. Sibk has a question. Last week I sold some 50p books for £30. I cringed as I left the 50p stickers on. I'm cringing to this day. Has you guys done anything embarrassing or cringy?
Not so far.
I've nearly left prices on. I think I've nearly left prices on, but I've caught them. It has happened. But what I have done, which is really irritating and is a little bit cringy, David Morse asked, were they private listings? No, they weren't.
No,
they're not. I thought that at first as well. Maybe the seller has some kind of a thing on where it's a private listing, but they weren't private listings. They were open.
Yeah.
David McGregor has popped in, and so has Carla and Kirsten Curiosities as well.
Hello.
Hi everybody. In terms of cringy things that I've done, it's not necessarily cringy, but it's really irritating. I've now done it twice within the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. I've shipped. Okay.
I know what's going.
I've had a couple of really heavy, bulky parcels. The kind of parcels that you cocoon in.
And I think we've already mentioned once that this has happened.
Yeah, I've done this. I've done this twice now.
Yeah.
I've cocooned an item in very good packaging so it can survive overseas shipping. Yeah. Really big items and very valuable items. Both these items were over £400. Twice now I've done this and then realised that the user manual is not packaged. So it's not terrible, but it is terrible enough that if someone has spent that kind of money, they will expect to receive what I said they would receive. In the first case, I actually messaged the gentleman and said I will ship out the item to you, and in the end I did that late as well, but I just said to him, look, I'm really sorry, it slipped my mind, I've sent it to you first class recorded. It ended up costing me like £7-8 to ship a service manual, but it was worth it because I wanted that customer to be happy. He'd already left me positive feedback.
I mean, it was going overseas.
Yes, it was. I think it was going to Italy, I think.
Yeah,
now I've just done it again this week. I packaged this item, heavy item. I'm so happy that it's done, wrapped and protected against the rigours of shipping. Only to find that I've not packed it.
He just walked into the front room the other day and was like, Beck, you never guess what I've done. And he's holding a manual in his hand, and I was like, you forgot to put the manual in, didn't you?
Yeah. Finn Fashion says, evening David, you've missed the chicken talk. I didn't realise the chicken talk was everything. Regarding completed listings, I don't think items sold or multi-items show up either. Nick, that's right. Multi-items won't show up, and I think until all of them have sold.
Yeah, I was going to say,
these were These were single items though. These were single publicly listed items that for some reason only I can see, and I've shared a couple of these with you guys in the sales video. The sales video I did recently where I showed 10 high price items. 2 of the items in that 10 are you can't find. Yeah, which is weird. It is what it is. Darren says, yes, happened with me too. Showed some cells that couldn't be found. Heather says fashionably late. That's fine. Second chance offers do not show either, says Lead Michelle. That's interesting to know as well. I was about to say, let's have a look. Oh my God, I'd say it so often. I didn't realise how bad it was. Question, what do you do if you get an item worth a definite 40 to 50 and then some idiot has the same thing on for £12 buy it now?
Still list it at my price.
And consider buying this for £12. I've done that recently where I've seen what, you know, if I've got a rare item that I know I'm going to be the only one on eBay, only if this guy's wasn't there. And so I will consider, if it's obviously not priced ridiculously high or something, I will consider just buying it, because then you've got two. And then, you can make a profit. David McGregor asked, has Zaheer shared his fridge contents yet? No, I haven't. I didn't realise that was a thing I had to do.
No, but I know wasn't
Ads was doing it, but
did he actually end up coming back?
I didn't watch part 3. I missed part 3. I'm gonna have to watch it. He would have done it in part 3
because we were watching part 1, part 2, and then it disappeared.
Yeah, we lost. It was like attrition. We couldn't deal with it. We're gonna have to watch the recording.
Yeah.
Winchwood Dream says, yes, also missed your vlogs, Carla. Yeah, Carla was on holiday. Yeah, that's why. Peter, you either wait for him to sell or buy his and sell higher. Definitely. User manual by his bedside, says Beak Nuke. Okay. Let him sell his for £12. Stand your ground and sell for what it's worth, says Ricky. Definitely.
Yeah.
I just scrolled past a comment. Lonnie says, have you guys ever seen the Rock Band guitar boxes that have the plastic slot built in? It's like they made the guitar first and put the slot on it so they could slide the game in at the last minute. I have not seen that actually, Lonnie, but that actually sounds really useful. I wish I maybe when I'm packaging these things and wrapping card around them, I should build in some kind of a fail-safe for forgetting things. Tactical Bite says, just tape it to the outside, Z. Good enough for Amazon. I would have done that, but these were chunky, like service manual style books. So I didn't want to do that. When you go to close the box, Z, say to yourself, let's have a look. Gary Dunster there with a quality comment. Yes, I should actually say that when I'm about to seal the last end. I should say, let's have a look. Okay, it's just fantastic. David Morse asks, has everyone been using the Hermes promo code? I keep forgetting. I think someone posted up, didn't they, that somewhere in, was it Leeds train station, that Hermes were giving out codes for free shipping? No, I haven't been using it. I've not used that, unfortunately. No. Julie Hall, question, how do you know how to price your items if the sold listings don't show the full story? If the top prices go missing, you may underprice your item. Good question, Julie. What I tend to do when it comes to finding prices, I don't just look on eBay. Sometimes I will look on eBay, but through Google. What you will find is if you type in your item and you type in eBay sold and you scroll through a few things, look on image search or Google image search, or just look through the listings.
Because eBay sold, like if you search through eBay, it only stay on
3 months
for a certain amount of time, don't they? So
that's right. Whereas if your item is obscure, you know it's got some value, you want to get a decent, accurate estimate. Oftentimes, if you type in the item and type eBay sold, it will pull up pages from other eBay sites. Yeah. So, for example, it will pull up pages of listings that have sold in other countries where they didn't offer international shipping, so that wouldn't have shown. And really old sold listings. I've seen listings 3, 4, 5 years old. And Google just pulls up.
And that's been really helpful, especially with like any of the electronics that we've had, because if you can find that 3 years ago was the last like
item that sold, you know how they don't come up often.
eBay,
Which means people might have it as a saved search.
Exactly.
It gives you an idea of how often the item becomes.
I mean, we had like this, I think you showed it, this tiny little orange Grundig
Oh yeah, that gorgeous little radio,
yeah.
made in West Germany.
And there were no like solds. When you search through eBay, you could not find this thing.
Until I found one which was sold like 3 or 4 years.
And the thing is, we could find it on certain websites, so we kind of worked out what it was and you know roughly when it was, you know, made. But then that's when we searched for like the eBay solds and you know discovered that it was sold like 2 years previously.
Yeah, so definitely something to look at is to use Google search. It's quite a simple thing, but it's something that's easy to forget. So I do recommend using Google search because, like I said, it does pick up things.
You're going too far up the channel.
Am I? Yeah. So
we've done most of that.
I'm just trying to keep on top of that. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there we are. There we are.
So we were.
Okay.
Yeah, we're around here somewhere.
Have you ever had the issue of different prices coming up to ask Leanne Lakin? What, of your own sold listings? Not of my own sold listings, no. Lisa Fenn puts on Zaheer mask and dances around the lounge singing an old advertisement jingle. I feel like chicken tonight, okay? Okay. Question, do you think we can learn anything from the USA sellers, or just watch the British people? Asked Twin Red Dragons Brewery. Good question, actually. That's quite a good question. I feel you can learn tons.
Yeah.
I feel there's lots and lots to learn. It depends on the approach you take when you watch videos.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I watch quite a few US resellers.
Yeah.
And I watch them for a number of reasons, not necessarily for what they pick up or what's in their hauls, but for their work ethic, for their motivation.
Very good. Yeah.
I find certain people really inspiring.
Yeah. I think that what you pointed out there was important because if you're looking at videos just for specific items, you're gonna not find it as useful because there are going to be items and there are going to be brands that you're not going to come across very often. So it'll be a bit of a waste. But what it is good for is to get a rough idea of the kind of things that people buy. But more like Rebecca said, it's about seeing what's achievable. Seeing it's about the attitude. It's about the mindset. I do feel that over in the US, they've got some really great personalities, like real hustling type personalities, and they're open about it. They're very open about what they do, and I really appreciate that. And I think that
you can also get ideas about how to grow your own business and what you're doing yourself and how you can kind of apply it to what we do here in the UK. So And again, it's about taking in a range. So, for example, we love watching people like Alabama Pickers. We like watching Golden Finger Picker. Obviously, our very own Margaret, who's like an honorary UK and US reseller now for us. And then there's Ronnie Hart
as well. Nicole Stay, obviously. Peak Craigslist Hunter. Global Voodoo Mike. Get all angles. Obviously you can't spend all your time just watching videos. It's not going to work, but there's definitely a lot to be learned from the mindset, attitude.
We don't always keep necessarily completely up to date with everybody, but we do try and watch bits and pieces of who we do like watching. So I think you can definitely learn stuff from the US sellers.
Alison McDonald says, don't think best offer prices shows either. When you sell something by best offer, it tends to show the original price, but it shows. What I'm saying is these listings just are not there.
I mean, obviously you can see, like the sell price in your own thing, but if someone else is searching for that item, then it's only going to show like the...
Fake Rachel has joined us in the chat as well. Thanks to you, Fake Rachel. Everyone is shouting, let's have a look, because it's become apparent to me how often I say it. I can't believe you didn't tell me.
I just let you go with it.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Seriously. You're meant to, we're on the same team here.
Why are you telling me off, man?
Because you're meant to be like...
I've got loads of little things that I say all the time.
Do you? Okay. I don't... Maybe you just don't notice. Did you not notice? You did notice.
Yeah, you say it all the time. Every time you go into the chat.
But you just never told me. Why did you
I thought
think?
you knew you were doing it because you
How
did this
would I
little
know?
tune as well. You're like do 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 do.
Do I? Really?
Yeah.
And you never thought to tell me?
No.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's cool, personally. I don't think that's cool. Sib K says, I think scaling up is something we can learn a lot from them, assuming you want to scale up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, scaling up is one of the things, but I would say there's lots of other things. Work ethic, you can learn. Some of those guys that have been doing it have got. I think it's more the fact that there's just more selection of established YouTube resellers out there.
Yeah.
In the UK, there's not, there's a reason why you're watching us, because there's not really many choices in the UK. But Nick obviously is the one that stands out. Who's Caroline, obviously the normal guys that and Tom obviously, but there are a lot of very established or successful resellers who also do YouTube in the US. I think at the moment versus in the UK where it's not as many. I think that's what I would say.
I think that's a good point.
Yeah. Idea. I have started taking video of all working electronics. I also check 20% restock fee and photo required. What you're selling, restock fees are not something we can do on eBay UK.
No, we're actually saying that in the.
Did I say it again?
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, sorry, I'm just checking. I'm so
paranoid
about it.
I'm going to point out in the latest business seller newsletter that came this week from eBay, they've actually reminded UK sellers that we can't actually include.
We don't get restock. Yeah, we're not allowed restocking fees. Also, I would very much doubt that working video would help anything, because the attitude eBay had when I spoke to them was just there's no way they can prove it. So they're happy to take the buyer's word of the condition of an item, but they won't take the seller's in a roundabout way. That's how it came across. So I'm not sure how that would help. But it's worth trying because obviously it's covering bases. I'm going to guess Z uses I can't believe it's not butter. Oh yeah, right. The guess is on what, but you know what? We're just frugal. I think frugal's a nice word.
I have to say, we do actually have that in the fridge at the moment because
it was a pound. Yeah. Normally we buy own brand.
Yeah,
we buy own brand.
Yeah, it's just because it was on offer.
Yeah, we actually. You don't like Bertolli, do you?
No, I don't.
So we did buy Bertolli. We tried to be fancy and we thought, I'll buy Bertolli, let's move up in the world. It just wasn't for us. We just went straight back to the old own label, The own label is what we use.
Yes.
Peter, was I talking to you about Sony TV last week? Never got it working right, but it's still sold. Oh, brilliant. Was that the little Trinitron? Ad's parents video is the funniest video to date, says Big Nuke. YouTube, film yourself watching it and try not to laugh. Okay. I'm in the US at Twin and learn a lot from watching British sellers, brands, trends. There we go. So lovely comment there from Heather as well. Fake Rachel says, I know I'm going to try and do some more, but just takes up a lot of time as in terms of videos. Yeah, definitely. She does need to do more videos. It was good to see she put a video out today actually about how she stores clothes.
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah, I watched it. Ads video is brilliant. Yeah, Ads is putting out some fantastic content. Couldn't stop laughing at his dad laughing. I've got to see this video now.
Yeah, I know.
Nick says, Lonnie, that is due to the region coding on games. The hardware is made in bulk in China. Different region coded games are added in later. Oh, okay. Interesting. Whatever that's about. Okay. Leeds Hermes or Hermes Leeds is the code. Is the code for a free shipping from Hermes, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, I think those are the ones. Got some more questions, just seeing if I can find. Yeah, I need to just scroll this up. Scroll up. KFC dumpster. Did I just say KFC dumpster? Oh god, we've seen a lot of comments here. I need to just get through them. This is. You guys are typing faster.
Yeah.
Margaret's popped in as well.
If you're typing faster, or we're just really
we
slow.
We need to like have a system where you need to be checking the chat as well.
I know, but I put my phone upstairs because it's like not charged, because I assume.
Okay, there's the guy. The Leeds Hermes Leeds.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a Bush vintage UHF TV I found from a listing from 2011 by searching Google. Always handy. Yeah. So we are quite far behind.
Yeah.
Hazy, I have some Star Wars figures. Want to have a Luke? Yes. Okay. Lol, I'm your father, Luke. Okay, yeah, definitely this is gonna stick. I can feel it. I can't help myself. It's just something I say. It's something I say while I'm trying to look for the next comment. That is something I never knew about Z with adding eBay. Never knew about Z with adding eBay sold and never thought to add it. Wow, must have lost loads of money. Lost, says Gary Dunster. It's a simple technique. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always bring up items, but more often than not, it will bring up something or other. Treasure Pirate says, hi Carla, Andrea, Kirsten, Lisa and everyone. This is everything you wanted to know about chicken but were afraid to ask. I don't know everything about chicken. What I will say though is if you are buying chicken, I always recommend buying thigh with the bone in. Don't go for the boneless options, guys. It just doesn't make sense because all of that juice and the, you know, I don't like speaking next to her anymore about this stuff now. You need to get the thighs with the bone in. Thigh is the best bit. Chicken breast is dry. You can cook it properly, but you've got to be on the ball, otherwise you will dry that out very quickly. Yes. Especially if you're doing it on the barbecue. I just want to add this chicken knowledge in because I feel it's important for people to know. It is, and also if you want to grill chicken, you really give it a Negan, is what I call it. Just Negan that chicken breast until it's wafer thin, and then season the hell out of it. Stick it on the grill. You'll get.
This is like you're gonna have to do a separate channel for food.
I may do how to Negan chicken video at some point. A lot of dumpster diving comments as well. I need to watch more YouTube. I struggle for time, says Kirsten. It's not the most productive thing.
I mean, we try and put it on while we're trying to work, don't we?
How could I forget? So, Neil Borden says everyone should listen to Scavenger Life. Yeah. You will learn a lot. Yeah, it was blasphemous of me not to mention them. Scavenger Life for me.
You still listen to them?
I absolutely love Scavenger Life. If you haven't watched Scavenger Life, please do yourself a favour. Not only do they have, I think Ryan's got the best accent, the way she describes the items. It's amazing, and I just think they're both an amazing couple, and they're doing so many different things. Just legendary. Yeah, I absolutely adore them. So yeah, definitely watch those guys. Definitely. Okay, what's with all? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Jason, don't worry about that.
Do you know? Should I say it? What? You know, you feel strongly either way.
If you feel
don't sit on the fence.
Yeah, it's better that people feel strongly either way. It's fine. If you're British, would you go dumpster diving? I would go dumpster diving if it were allowed, but I don't think it is allowed. I'm definitely not in the right page. I'm not sure. Post it in the comments. Oh, I'm not sure. Are you talking about the UK reselling group, SibK? If you are, I will mention it. I'll see if I can leave a link in the description. Sue's Pile of Shame says, I love the US down to earth ones. Found Tex, Garage Flips and Nicole State so far. Any more I should check out. Yeah, people are going to be putting loads of those in now.
Yeah.
Texas, Margaret says, my computer is misbehaving. That's not cool.
No.
David McGraw says, Zaheer dumpster dives out the back of KFC. Okay. Can you? Yeah, I will post the link to the UK Reselling Facebook group. SibK, I will do that.
Yeah.
Nick says, I watch YouTubers who entertain as much as they inform. For me, half the value is in the personality and the entertainment. Good point, well made. Yeah. KFC dumpster diving is not going to happen.
No.
Like I always say, we'll see. Okay. Z, you're just a ball of idiosyncrasies. Idiosyncrasies. Do you know, I'm going to just say it, I'm not quite sure what that word means. I'm going to have to Google it.
Yeah.
Is that like mixed, you know, like different things, like an enigma almost? I don't know, maybe that's...
Maybe you should...
I will Google
maybe
that.
we should Google it.
I'll Google that. I don't know what catchphrases Bex says apart from when she gets words wrong.
Oh yeah, that's a favourite of mine. It's definitely getting like the words wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Margaret, I say we shall see a lot. Maybe I caught that from you, Carla. Everyone's going to be conscious of what they say now. Going onwards, everyone's going to be like super conscious.
Yeah.
Paul Marsh says, evening guys, question, Royal Mail returned an item to me that the customer didn't pick up after card left.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had this, and did you charge extra postage to send again? I've had that happen, but then we ended up
but
just...
then we cancelled it.
Yeah, we just
refunded.
We ended up just refunding the guy. We didn't hear anything. We could have probably kept his money.
Yeah,
but it wasn't right. So
yeah, so we refunded them the money and just relisted the item.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's.
You keep scrolling down like that.
I was going to say let's have a look again. I'm flustering when I'm saying let's have a look. No, just punch me in the arm or something. Dave Week says, hi Zaheer, please say hello to my 9-year-old son Samuel, who is staying up a little late tonight to watch you with me.
Aww,
hi Samuel.
Hi Samuel.
That's so cool. Lol, Margaret used to wake my daughter up every morning with the Mr. Men theme song blasting, says Lonnie. That's cool, I suppose. Oh gosh. Finn Fashion says, yes, it happens all the time. Either ask them to repay postage or a refund and resell them, resell to them or another. Yeah. Okay. Just scrolling down without saying any particular phrases. Just trying to find different words. Burning Soul says, Agreezy, I took video coverage of an expensive Nikon fully working, came back smashed. eBay don't want to know. Yeah. That's the frustrating part.
That's what I was going to say. It doesn't even matter if you video it or take photos of what you've sent out or whatever. They are gonna back the buyer up.
Yeah. I do find that frustrating. Team Bone versus Team Boneless. Lisa shouts Beck, make him go veggie.
That's just not gonna happen.
Carrie Ann agrees thighs are the best. When I barbecue, I will only grill the leg quarter still attached. That's it, Lonnie. You need that bone in there, definitely. Oh god, so many innuendos. Z-class. Negan, Waffer. Negan is, how to Negan chicken. Waffer thin meat. Yes, well, Negan is the character from The Walking Dead who can make things very thin and flat, like people's heads. But I was more...
Sorry, I've read down in the chat.
Make sure your chicken is cooked, though, cut in half, and have a look. That's a good one.
Yeah, no.
Are you reading that? I lost one of my chickens this week and thought it was a fox. I'm not that brutal. I would at least pay for the chicken. It's Tex. I'm not sure it's legal to Negan a chicken. So you have yours, Lucille. I just have a wooden mallet. It's not. I don't name it.
It's got a bit of spikiness on you.
It does have spikiness to it.
Not barbed wire though.
Oh god, people are asking. Peter, are you asking about Zaheer's bat? Oh gosh.
Skip that bit.
Nick says, finally uploaded a video after spending all day trying to make iMovie to work with YouTube. Ended up going back to basics and upload direct from my phone. Well, I'm glad to hear you got a video uploaded. I'm sorry that you still had such a nightmare, mate. That sounds absolutely horrific. Question, if you walk past a charity shop that is closed and you see a bag full of great stuff, do you leave it or take? You definitely leave it. Gary. You leave it. It's not for yours. Yeah.
No.
Leave, as Nick says, leave that is theft. You get yourself nicked, definitely.
Absolutely.
One thing I want to actually talk about, someone mentioned, again in the UK reseller group, what are your guys' opinions on these giant charity shops opening up everywhere? I think someone posted up like a news clipping from a newspaper. Another, I think it was a PC World being turned into a charity shop near them. Just like we've got that giant. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a. I don't know. Is this the new thing now where charity shops are going to become such an important part of our high streets and our maybe it's going to become more spread out, and we'll soon end up with the US style giant Goodwills. Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe, but that's pretty epic.
It'd be interesting to see anyway.
At least the Let's Have a Look thing took the focus of your skin complexion. Yes, Cave Go Reseller.
You are looking a bit red, actually.
I am looking a bit red, but yes, it seems to have taken a lot of people's attention off of it. Yeah. Obviously, now you mentioned it. Let's have a look. God almighty, I can't believe I say that. Should have 3 days of car boots this weekend around here, Zvex, says Jason. Yes, we are planning on having 3 days. That will be fantastic. Lonnie has given us idiosyncrasy, characteristic, habit, mannerism. Yes. That is, thank you very much for pointing that out, Lonnie. I appreciate it. I didn't have to Google it, which is cool. Just don't know what to say. It's just funny. Actually, it isn't theft as long as it has been abandoned by the owner and is not on private property. Would never do it though, says Kevin Rosen. Yeah, either way, it's just probably best to leave it. Yeah, so I would not believe me. I've seen this very thing.
Nick's actually put it in the chat anyway. If the property is left in a charity shop doorway, it has not been abandoned. It's been donated. So
is MJ still in the shed? Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Margaret says we call it tenderizing your meat. Well, yeah, they call it tenderizing your meat here as well. But I was putting it into a context which I can relate to. I love Negan from The Walking Dead. I absolutely love him. I think he's one of the best characters in the show, and that's why I call it Neganing the meat now, because get to Negan the meat.
Yeah.
You're not that keen on it, are you? Z's just weird, says Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay. Comment there from Darren. I love the idea of a giant charity shop, but I imagine plenty of overheads equal high prices.
Yeah.
Talking about high prices, guys. Oh my God, we've overshot. We're over 8 o'clock. We will seek to wrap this up soon. But I just wanted to quickly mention, it's talking about high prices, hon. Today, tell them.
Oh yeah, we were walking past. Well, it was actually closed. We were walking past one of the local charity shops along the high street, and it mainly deals in furniture, doesn't it? Sorry, was I playing with
my you're putting your thing in the mouth and stuff. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so
okay, go.
Yeah, so you distracted me then. So you're walking past the charity shop, and it mainly deals with furniture, doesn't it? And they had like this rocking horse thing in the window, priced at...
And it had history, didn't it?
Yeah, it had history.
It come from some ships or something, and
built in
handmade,
in
built,
Yeah, it had this, the year that it was built.
And this charity shop
had it priced at, do you know?
£1,500. It's £1,500. It may well be worth it. God knows it will be worth it to someone.
There was a brand and everything like that, so I don't doubt it was worth that.
But I don't know actually. But it had a lot of what's the word when it comes with its background? It has I can't remember now. But there's a word where it's if an item has where you can place it somewhere. You know when you can. Oh God, that's gonna bother me like anything. What is the word when you can place an item to its history? Like it's got damn it! I can't remember the word, guys. That's just frustrating. But yes, that's the case. The giant charity shop outside Preston, formerly B&Q, is total crap, says Julie. We've been in there a couple of times, Julie. It hasn't been amazing.
Yeah, I only ever walked away with a few
Thanks for fidgeting all video.
I know, I really do apologise. Do you know what? I've been I've been stressing out today, haven't I, a bit?
Yeah.
Because of the amount of work that I haven't got done. And I was working even before I got on the video, because I was working at the shop and I come home and I was doing more work. and I'm still like stressing because I'm like I've still got so much work to do.
Lonnie's hit the nail on the head. The word I was looking for is provenance. Yes, provenance. Ruth says it as well. Treasure pirate, Finn Fashion, Jason. Yeah, provenance is the word. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it had provenance. Yes. But yes, it was 1,500 quid, which is crazy. Went to Bath yesterday, tagged along with the husband as he had a meeting. The charity shop prices were so high. Yes, they can be, but they're not always. It's just that was an interesting one. People like to... I mean, I think these new larger charity shops, I think they're... At the moment, they're still relatively new. Eventually, they will start putting better stuff in, I hope. It's just the one that we went into. Even the stuff that they've taken to the side and given it its own space because they reckon it's the good stuff. It's not good stuff. By anyone's... Even if you're buying for yourself, it's just not good stuff. So, let's have a look. Oh God, I just said let's have a look. Why did I say it? Anyway, that's the end of tonight's chat.
We rounded it off nicely.
I ended it up with another let's have a look. I don't know why. Oh gosh, I hate you, fake Rachel, for pointing that out to me.
Don't.
Yeah. No, I don't. But it's good. I'm gonna stop this soon. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. You guys are epic. 97 people watching. We've got 43 thumbs up. If you could smash the like button, it's much appreciated. If you enjoyed it, obviously leave comments in the comments section. They're much appreciated. And we will see you in our next video. Yeah. Which may be tomorrow, you never know.
Yeah, well, we've got a vlog coming out.
We've got a vlog coming. It's got a vlog coming out.
And I may even consider vlogging at the boot sale. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yet.
See you guys later. Thanks for watching.